quite warm hands, don't you?
Welcome to XMiles Live, episode 1, sponsored by Squirrel UK. I'm your host Anthony Clark. I'm joined tonight by Stephen Cook from the Running Nose blog, Dorset-based news blog for
Anything.
running events and
Anything and
abuse and everything else on from Dorset Running News. So tonight we're going to catch up on the my race from the weekend, the IAU 100k World Championships.
Indeed.
Right.
Morning, evening. How was it?
So first of all, right. So this is our first full episode. So please be gentle with us. We've got some new kit, so hopefully that's working. And there's a chat room open with live chat. So if you've got any questions, stick them in there. We will try and answer them. We will, because we know a few people that are looking forward to this. Let's kick off the role reversal interview where I will hand over to Steve and we'll ask some questions and talk about the IAU 100k World Championships.
Indeed. Well, first things first, Squirrel's nut butter.
Yep.
How did that happen?
So that was something that I've been talking to Squirrel's Nut Butter in America for probably 12, 24 months, trying to get the product over from the States, really, because it's very popular on social media in the States, and I know quite a lot of the blogs, podcasts and things talk about it. Obviously sponsored Jim Walmsley and the rest, so it was kind of a long conversation to try and get it over. We were very busy, and it was put on hold for a while, and eventually we got it over just in time for
you to go and slap someone and run around in Croatia for a while.
Yeah, basically. a week turned up, so it was all ready to go. So.
And you've got a team in the pipeline?
Yeah, so we've set up very similar to the American model. Is we're trying to put together a team of from international runners to everyday runners to multi-marathon runners, but also open it up to any endurance sport athlete to kind of go forward. So we've got a core team that we've pulled together of eight athletes, and now we've just opened it up on social media for to invite people to apply for another 8 places. So that's open. If you have a look on the Instagram account or the Twitter account, you can get on there, and then you can send an application into SNB at XMiles.co.uk, and you never know, you might get part of the team.
Lovely. And presumably you use the...
Yes, I did. Yeah. So I did have a stick of it from a trip to America previously, but I used the balm for the 100k, and I'm happy to report that it worked as instructed. With very well applied, no stains on. So it can go in a frame on the wall.
You won't be needing it again, then? Or do they give you a new one every time?
Well, no, you are supposed to keep it for 2 years, so
well, it won't fit for the next 2 years, will it?
Well, no, exactly.
Be like your Bournemouth vest. To be fair, I've been using it for the last week, and it's from someone who has a few chafing issues, shall we say. It's holding up nicely.
Yeah.
Although, to be fair, I've only used it for up to about an hour and a half, not 6.5.
Yeah, and it. As I say, it seemed to, no ill effects. I got in the shower afterwards and nothing stung, so that's always a good sign, isn't it?
Not even your legs?
Not even well.
Yeah.
They stung for a different reason.
Are they holding up?
Yeah, they're alright actually. We've done a couple of recovery runs.
Lovely.
Seem to just about move.
Feet in one piece?
Feet are fine, really good actually. New trainers kind of.
Because you ran New Balance 1400 V6?
Yeah, the new, reasonably new. They came out earlier this year, so yeah, I had the V6s this year. Last year I had the V5s, and the year before I ran 100k and the V4s. V5s I wasn't very keen on because the tongues were quite fat.
I've no idea how you run that long. I can do 15, 16 miles, and then that's not, that's enough as they can do for me.
I don't know, I had no problems at all. Actually, they're nice and they are light, so they you kind of feel fast when you put them on. So
you sort of imagine people running around at that event, all running around in pokers and Max.
Yeah, no.
It's virtually a pair of racing flats, right?
4%, so most of them weren't.
Oh, really? Yeah. To be fair, that would wear them out just about, wouldn't it?
I think you get one run out of them.
Yeah. Oh, it's not bad, because, you know, yeah. You buy 4 pairs of yours. Nutrition. I guess we should talk about nutrition, considering what we've got led around us everywhere. What did you use on race morning or race day?
So I did do a kind of a small video on nutrition before the race when I was in the hotel, kind of talking through. It did change slightly during the race, but for the morning I was quite it was quite simple. And what I did, just a normal breakfast, which was like Weetabix, banana, milk, cup of coffee, and that's all I had for.
Was it an early kickoff?
It was 7 o'clock start, so.
Oh, blimey! Well, you must have been up at 5 or even earlier.
Yeah, we were up at. Breakfast was 5, so we got up just before 5.
And hotel was right next to.
So the hotel, the start was at the hotel. So
okay, it was easy to bail out then.
Yeah, exactly. But we did. So we went down for alarm went off about 1:45.
Yeah.
Well, actually, and then alarm went off 1:45. Down for had a shower, went down for breakfast, came back up, and the nice thing was because the race start was at the hotel, you can sit on your own toilet rather than have to go downstairs and sit in a portaloo.
Were you room sharing with a snoring?
No. I luckily I had my own room due to changes and things going forward. I managed to luck out and get my own room for the race. So we were supposed to be sharing, so it was kind of an added bonus, really. So.
Oh, it was lucky you that Steve pulled out then, wasn't it?
Well, yeah, thanks, Steve.
And during the race, mixture of tailwind and gels or anything solid? So
tailwind and chews in the end. I had goo chews and Cliff blocks cut up in half packs, and I had a whole range of gels as well. And the plan was that the start finish area there was one aid station, and then at the other end of the course, 7.5k loop, basically the other end was another aid station.
Yeah.
So I had 250ml bottles of tailwind at one aid station, and I had a big bag of half packets of chews and gels at the other end. And plan was to start with chews, and when I didn't want to eat them anymore, I went to gels at the other end. But because they were working so well, I just carried on having chews, so I didn't have any gels at all. So I basically had one scoop of tailwind and half packet of chews every 7.5k, which is more than I needed.
Yeah.
So it kept me going all the way through. The only other thing I had was 3 salt sticks. So I had salt stick at I think I had one at halfway, and then I had them 10 miles later and 10 miles later, and that was purely because I thought I'd take them just in case. So I didn't have any cramp issues or anything like that. It was just more the fact of just keep the sodium in you and see, hopefully that will stop it from
caffeine before the start?
I had a caffeine. I actually had a caffeine gel on the start line, so I had a Cliff double espresso gel on the start line, which I always have. Which I quite like.
Keep that down. And pre-race, so in the build-up, you do carb depletion, sort of old school.
Yeah, old school carb depletion. So I started carb depletion on Sunday. So I did a run in the morning. I think I did about 15 miles in the morning.
Yeah.
Nothing before, and then basically had a carb depleted diet from Monday until Wednesday morning.
And is that as limited as possible? Or
yeah, so zero carbs. So apart from beat it shots.
Have they got carbs in?
Yeah, they're about 15 grams, which is loads compared to everything else I had. Apart from that, I had basically white fish or white meat, so turkey, chicken, or fish, eggs and cheese. So no vegetables, so there was no carbs, no at all. And I was doing it all using my MyFitnessPal because you can scan all the things and bits like that. And I think that the most I had was 5 grams of carbs. on top of the beat it shot in a day. So basically 0.
So you were running on empty and running on grumpy.
So I was running on grumpy and breath got smelly and wind flowed nicely. Yeah,
beautiful.
So, yeah, it was quite a nice scene for the family to deal with.
I can imagine. When did you start loading?
Started loading Wednesday morning. I did a run Wednesday morning. I did a couple of 1K efforts, which pretty much broke me.
Yeah.
And then I loaded after that. So the plan was to have a full day's loading because I was flying on the Thursday to make sure that not totally immune, ready for the bugs to fly around on the plane.
Yeah.
So I had basically a full day carb loading, and also because I was racing on Saturday, that gave me Wednesday, Thursday, Friday carb loading rather than.
Was that a certain amount of grams per?
Yeah, so
weight.
Yeah, so 650 per day. So that was.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I was
10 per kilogram.
Yeah, so I was about 65 kilograms when at the start of carb loading, I think. So
I think I was 65 kilograms when I was about 12.
yeah, and I think that was the last time I was. I've never been that light, so that's yeah.
How much have you put back on?
I haven't weighed myself.
Oh.
But
not enough yet.
Not enough yet. I am trying. I've had a few beers and plenty of nice burger and chips last night, and anything else that I didn't have.
I believe a few more are planned for this weekend when a certain young man gets back from the Alps.
Yeah, hopefully we get Jez back and we can have now. I think everyone's finished racing for a little while now. There's there's a few people doing Bournemouth Marathon and bits like that locally that want to.
Oh, fine and Sam.
Yeah, they want to stop. They don't want us to start drinking quite yet, but I think we're all ready to get on the beers. So.
Yeah. Lovely. Ooh, where else are we? So during your training, obviously you was running big miles.
Yeah, I went up to 120 miles a week, so I had quite a short build up because of when the selection was kind of. Yeah. We were told we were running to race day. We had about 12 weeks, which was obviously less than I normally do for a marathon build up. But
as far as I remember, you were riding around on push bikes with us because you were broken. And then you got a letter saying you'd been selected for England, and all of a sudden you were running 80 miles a week.
Yeah.
How does that work then?
That's basically kind of... So I struggled all year, really. I struggled since New Year's Day with a hamstring problem, and I did a local race on New Year's Day, running up and down Gravel Wheel. And I kind of had niggled all the way through, and I was doing Pilates and training, and obviously did ACP. The reason that I kind of didn't run what I wanted to do at ACP because I had a hamstring problem, which was the same thing. And then I ran London Marathon.
I heard that hamstring issue was worth about 37 seconds.
Yeah, well, and a bit more, hopefully. So then ran London, and same I wasn't really going for it, London, but the hamstring was still playing up. Then,
to be fair, you were the first one to finish out of our hotel room.
Yeah.
At least we finished.
Yeah, exactly.
So a lot of people didn't.
No. And then I did the North Dorset Marathon, which was a local one to us. Really, just because we went to the pub one night.
I finished that one as well.
And everyone decided to do it, and again, some people still didn't finish. So then I basically stopped running after that because it was still playing up. I basically didn't do anything in May, very little. Knowing that I might get selected, and we're doing bike stuff and things like that. The hamstring was getting better, but it was still not right, and I was having regular treatments. I was having sports therapy on it and trying to sort it out. And I think just kicking back into training seemed to go and bringing the mileage up quite quickly. Luckily, I didn't have anything negative from it, and through nearly all the training, I had nothing come back on the hamstring compared to what it was before. So and now it seems it's gone. So
so you're doing sort of roughly 100-mile a week, sometimes 120, sometimes presumably.
Yeah. So I went. I think I went from I did 70, then 90, then I would do 100, then I think I did 320s back to 90, then back to 120, and then back down 90, 60.
Yeah.
The race week, so it was quite a aggressive up and down.
And how many of them involved long stuff, sort of 30-mile plus, or?
I think I only did two 30-mile plus runs, but I had one big weekend where I did 20 miles Friday, 30 miles Saturday, 20 miles Sunday, and the 30 miles was done at 6:45 pace. It was kind of at that stage kind of a comfortable pace of what when we did build up to the ACP, we did a 40-mile run at 6:45, which was probably much really. So breaking it down, getting it down to 30.
It's nice to do that. That's my marathon PB place. Thanks very much. Yeah, cheers.
So we did quite a lot. But I did quite a lot of the sessions that we used to do for the marathon sessions, which I was doing with someone locally. We had some quite big 20-mile sessions in the middle of the week, and also to start off with on this build-up, I was doing it with Steve down to Parkrun on Saturday. So we did rather than kind of just doing lots of doing one session a week and then long runs at the weekend, I was doing quite a lot of other like parkrun tempos and 1K efforts and things like that, which I think kind of really helped as well.
And how were you fueling on the, say for example, the long weekend where you got your 3 long runs?
I was using quite little actually. So for the 30 mile, I just used a pack of chews.
And what were you doing during the night or in the morning to try and recover enough to go again?
I totally controlled my diet. So my diet was basically on a low carb for the first part of the day, and then more carbs in the second part of the day. Right. So the idea was actually to train depleted and keep the weight off. And learn how to teach the body to kind of burn what was going forward. So when I actually got to race day and fueled fully, then I would get the benefit from it rather than going forward. And always kind of advise people that apart from a few runs to test what you're using, you don't want to become reliant on it. That you need it to do a training run. You need to run without the product. So when you actually come to race, you got to use them more. So
do you think the dropping of the weight was down to 65? Was that sort of deliberate?
Yeah, it was deliberate. So I planned to lose the weight first before I started training. So I kind of I planned my diet, and I was basically eating 2,000 calories a day. For which is low.
Well, it's low if you're exercising.
So I was basically having I'd cut out everything that wasn't necessary. So I wasn't drinking alcohol. I wasn't eating anything.
Some would probably argue that that's necessary. Some of us
would. I cut out bread because I don't really like eating bread anyway because it bloats me. So I was having like wraps instead of bread. But apart from that, I was really only eating grain, rice, white meat, white fish. So the idea was because some people say red meat's harder for the body to process, and obviously I wasn't eating like things like ham, sausages, and things like that because it's all protein. Eating chicken breast, turkey breast, fish, and things like that. So in that way, I was eating probably the minimum I could have eaten, 2,000 calories, but I wasn't really, even when I was running, so I was running 20 miles, I wasn't eating any more than 2,000 calories.
No. I mean, that's getting down to weight that maybe a GC contender in cycling Grand Tour is getting down to. Because someone like Froome's 6 foot, same sort of height as you, and the same sort of weight. So that's pretty...
Oh yeah, it was definitely lean.
Pretty lean compared to where you have been other races.
Yeah. And actually, the last part of it, so the last couple of weeks, I was up to 2,600 calories because I needed it just to go through, and my weight was still dropping.
And you weren't losing any power
though. No. So and my weight was still kind of dropping or staying the same, even when I increased to 2,600. And actually, when I did the first day of carb loading at 650 calories to 650 grams, to eat 650 grams, I had to eat 4,500 calories.
Yeah.
So it massively put it on the end, and the whole point is don't weigh yourself after you finish carb depleting because you'll scare yourself when you carb load. But I didn't feel or look any heavier even on 4,500 calories.
Yeah. So I've always found the trouble going when you're loading is just that
Oh yeah,
You're going to have a bloody tummy.
Yeah,
you're a bit worried that you're going to end up having.
I think more than anything, I felt
tummy
tight round here because my body just wasn't able to take it. And actually, since I finished, that's been the biggest thing. You know, kind of overeat and actually get pains rather than because you're eating rich stuff and things like that. So yeah.
So do you think that? I mean, obviously, your customers are generally speaking, I would say, you're going to have a few elite guys like yourself, but the rest of us and sort of normal club runners are going to. Is that trickle down effect? Sort of knowledge-wise, obviously, you're going to be able to give people advice because you've done it, but you're doing stuff to an extreme compared to us every day.
But I'm doing it to an extreme of what I did previously. So for when I was not doing this for GB, I was still doing a similar thing. So in 2015, when I ran my marathon PB, I did a similar thing, and every year I've done some sort of calorie controlled diet and some sort of carb depletion and carb load. So it was the same as I've done before. This time I just did it to a more extreme level or higher level going forward. And I think I did with the training and everything. It was just having that vest and things like that made me want to do everything I could to do it. And probably the main thing is that when I raced the start of the year at 100k, I was 71 kilos, thinking that the year before I ran a PB at that weight, thinking being a bit heavier over that distance might be a benefit. Yeah, but I guess I proved that actually being leaner is even more of a benefit.
Good luck next year at 61 then.
Yeah.
We're going to cut your hair off.
Yeah. Or have a shave.
Shave legs.
Shave legs.
I'm not sure where else you can go with that. Looking at the state of you the week before you started loading, but so do you think sort of obviously now you're doing this as a business, you're running a shop full time and the online business 5 minutes from home, is that allowing you to focus more on the training and?
Yes, well, it's allowed me to give myself the opportunity to train. So the shop opens at 11, it closes at 4.
Yeah.
That was originally done. That was because online orders we have to process and get them out and things like that, and actually have someone in the shop during that time when we have to do trips to different places. So that was the strategy of it. But what also that allows me to do is, if in this sort of scenario, when I'm doing some training, I can actually run up till 11 o'clock and then.
And you must have presumably doing a lot of double days to make that.
Well, yeah. So every day I was running twice a day, except for weekends when I was running single days because of the long runs.
Yeah.
But in theory, there was no reason why I was doing my long runs at weekend apart from company. So and some of the ones I did solo anyway. But the ability to not have to be here until 11 and then I could leave here at 4 gave me the opportunity to do that. I still had to obviously squeeze in school run and trying to be home for the kids and not actually totally be a bad father for the whole period. But
it's a bit of a juggling act, isn't it?
Yeah.
So presumably, I mean, to reach how long have you been running? 10 years?
Yeah, 2007 I started running, ran my first marathon in 2009.
Yeah.
Yeah, so 2007, so yeah.
So it's going to be a gradual process to this stage. I mean, did you come in super fast?
No, well, I was quite. I think the first 10k I did, I came top 50, and it was only a small Everton 10k. I think it was, and I ran okay. I think I was 15.5 stone. So I did the old Steve Way.
Yeah.
Pretend to be fat and smoked and things like that.
Yeah.
And then.
You've probably got an extra large red and black vest somewhere.
Yeah. And then I basically kind of just ran on my own. I thought actually I'm doing all right doing that, and then I joined Wimbledon AC, and then targeted to do a marathon. And when I did my first marathon, I did Paris because I couldn't get into London, so I did Paris, and I was planning to target 3 hours 15, and by the time I got there, I got talked in a sub-3 pace and seeing if I could do it, and ran 2:56. So
yeah.
at that stage, I knew.
So yeah, I mean that's pretty. Yeah, for a first marathon.
Yeah.
You know, that's pretty good in anyone's books unless they're like Farah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So that's. But then I struggled for a few years to break that time again. So I've run sub-3 every year since 2009, but that was the. I think getting through that, I ran lots of 2:58s and 3:01s going after that, and probably did too many marathons to actually do one properly.
So where was the big jump down to? Because effectively you're not super quick over the short stuff.
No.
Because, you know, when you're 5Ks, it's only about a minute quicker than me, which isn't very quick. But
yeah, so yeah, it is a strange one, because if you look at my 100k now and my marathon times, my half marathon and below don't really kind of sit in the same the same kind of levels. But I don't know if that's because I've never run on the track. I've only ever done park run as 5k really, so that's to go forward. I've got my 10 mile. I did 55 minutes 10 mile. That's probably one of my better shorter races. Half marathon still 74 minutes, so it's not.
Yeah. How many do you do?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
They're normally in the build up to the thing.
Yeah, and if they're around here, they're generally speaking pretty lumpy.
Yeah.
Or you've tagged on 5-10 either end of it.
Yeah, and I think that one was in Bath, so that was the one.
Or if you do one, the silly one in February this year, you run 25 miles home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that was it. So that was actually quite a good run, but time-wise compared to my marathon PB. But then, so we ran that, so and made it quite a long run. And then, so my marathon, my 2015 marathon, 2 hours 30.
06.
Yeah, that was my hardest fall.
Yeah.
Is. It doesn't kind of correlate to the other races, but I think it's more of a showing of how I run, because I tend to.
That must get you top 30 in the Bournemouth all-time list, just about.
Just about. So that could. I think that's I can get to a pace and run thing. I still don't feel I can run. I ran 16:25 at park run 2 weeks before this one.
That's probably the fastest for
fastest for a year or so.
Yeah.
And it was, it was quite comfortable. I didn't feel it, but I didn't feel like I can run that much faster than 5 15-minute miles. My legs don't seem to want to go any faster than that. So we'll have to see.
Yeah, you're not going to suddenly rock up down there and run 15 flat.
No.
We'll leave that to JC.
Everyone else, JC, come on.
You can have that one. Yeah, so I mean, with the club in general, obviously you're now Bournemouth AC.
Yeah.
I've been for 3 years or so. It was the joining of them partly because of the guys they've got doing ultras, or were you still looking at marathons? At that stage?
So from Wimbledon I went to Pool Runners, and we had a good group of people at Pool Runners. What was then happening is that I was travelling over to Bournemouth every night to do my main session, and I was training with the guys over in Bournemouth, and we were doing the marathon sessions that we still do now as a big group. But at that stage, it was led by Steve, and we were running as Bournemouth. So and because of the person I am, there is a loyalty to clubs, but like if you were playing for a football club, when you go to train with another club and you want to play for that club, you transfer to that club. And I think that there's a certain element of running clubs that people join for life and kind of stay there. But because I would come from that football background, I guess I thought, well, if I'm training with those people and using the facilities, then I should pay them my fees and go forward.
And does having sort of Steve and Jez and John and Pat all with international vests, was that intimidation, or is that a sort of confidence?
I think it's a motivation, and you kind of chase the faster people, and if you can keep up with them, then improves you, doesn't it? So I think that I definitely spent a long time running along the prom seeing people disappear in front of me, and probably will still do now because of how they are at different paces.
I would imagine if you don't live in the local area, there's probably this, or you sort of see all these names come up all Bournemouth AC, and you're like, oh, you can imagine 4 or 5 of you all jogging down the beach with your shirts off, looking like something out of Baywatch, when in reality it's...
Yeah, we don't do much
together. It's a little bit different, you don't really do anything at all together, and if you are doing anything, it's usually huddled in a car park, hiding from the rain.
Well, yeah, as you know, we've got a great group of marathon runners in Dorset, and we train a lot together, especially build up to London, down in Poole Park, and we all it's not club orientated, so all the clubs are there. It's just whoever wants to come and do it.
Yeah, it's not very glamorous, to be fair.
It's not very glamorous, no. But you say Bournemouth with all those people, but that's not actually how it works with Bournemouth, because we only live about 8 miles away, but it's a nightmare to get over there. So
you could run.
Well, you could run.
Yeah.
So we kind of, at different times, if we are doing a similar event or the same event, we will do our long runs and group runs.
So you and Jez were running together before ACP, and you and Steve were doing a bit before he got hurt.
Yeah, and we did a couple of long ones, all as a group when we kind of knew we were targeting different things and bits out. But in reality, that's probably about it.
Yeah, I think the only run you've done where you're running along with your shirts off this year was you and Chris, and someone stole your vests when you left him on the fence.
Yeah.
Nothing very glamorous about that, is it?
No. Farmers bought a couple of nice singlets out of it. Strange thing to want.
Yeah. So I'm presuming going forwards, I mean, as a road 100k specialist, who I suppose we could call you now, that seems to be the where you've had...
It seems to be where I've managed to put it off.
Presumably international recognition for that is fairly limited. An England vest at the Celtic Plate and a GB when the World Championships is on. Is there anything else that's possible?
Apparently that we will hear later this month if there's going to be a European Championship, so there'll be a new event which will be a European 100k, which will be another GB opportunity if they get a venue. So that'd be quite cool. And then the World. So the World has been announced in Holland in 2020, so they've already...
So 2 years.
Yeah, that's so...
Well, that'll be flat.
Yeah, pancake flat. I don't know if that'd be good for me.
Well,
but
judging by this last weekend, I'm thinking that's probably a bad thing.
Well, yeah, unless I go faster.
Yeah.
You never know. So ACP is the only annual one, which is obviously an England best opportunity. There is over 100 case.
Is that selected on previous?
So that's selected on the light GB selection criteria. So they put out 100k time. They probably put the difference between GB. They put out 100k time. You've got to be under.
I'll do that for because there are many 100k.
So the England one, they usually put 100k time with 50k time, and the marathon time, and then they look at the people that have that have applied and gone forward. So when I got first England vest, it was due to 2:30 marathon and winning a couple of 50k trail races that were I guess reasonably fast on an off-road course. And then obviously since then I've got qualification for my 100k time. So my new 100k time.
Next year shouldn't be an issue if you're fit.
Unless selection criteria changes.
Or come out of the woodwork and suddenly run 6 hours.
So selection criteria for England has changed probably by nearly half an hour from a few years ago when 7:15 used to get you a team place. Now 6:55 was the team place, 6:45 was an individual place. So if the criteria doesn't change, I've got and I'm not injured and I can prove fitness, I guess. I've got the time for the next 2 years, so in theory I should be able to qualify for the Worlds as long as I can prove.
Well, presumably, in theory, your time last weekend was a little bit bucking the trend of most people in the race, because that wasn't a fast course, effectively, or a fast winning time. I mean, it was fast as in it was 6:28 or whatever it is, but considering the world record is 6:09 and Steve's British record was 6:19.
Yeah.
For 6:28 to win, presumably it wasn't fast course as such.
So it did look like, and obviously the guys that were leading it, Jeff Burns and Lee went off from GB and things like that. It was being, with the South Africans and the Japanese, it was definitely being raced as a race rather than a course for time, and I think there was quite a lot.
So were they going off super fast, or they were reasonably cautious?
No, they were cautious, and I think that was them looking at the course profile and the fact that it was going to get warm, that it wasn't going to be a fast time, so they kind of ran it as a, I guess, like a championship marathon where you know Berlin, London, they're going for 6:03, and then they go and run 6:09 in the Olympics.
So were you off the back of the main pack?
So I was
within the first lap, or
I could see the lead group for a long time, which I thought was quite strange because they seemed to be not pulling away as quickly as I thought. Because I obviously had a plan. I wrote down on my plan that I was going to do 6:26-minute miles as my best pace, and I was going to have a drift time of 6:35.
Well, that's where we were. I mean, we were all sort of on WhatsApp following it, and at one stage where you're just over halfway through, sort of Steve's saying, well, you're either having the day of your life because you're running right at your fastest splits and everybody else seems to be struggling, or you're going to have a massive explosion with 10 miles to go.
Yeah, and I guess, and I think the fact is I didn't worry about what anyone else was doing. I had a plan, a plan that was, I guess, was kind of achievable, but it was always going to be hard work, and I didn't worry about anyone else. So there was people coming next to me and running away from me in front of me. I kind of thought in the end that I should be beating these people, but actually it doesn't really matter. They can do whatever they want to do and let them go. And also, there was a whole group of really, on paper, really quick people that weren't that far away from me, and the turn point was less than a K between us.
Because the world record holder from Japan was in front, right at the sort of third or fourth for a lot of the race, then disappeared behind you.
Yeah, I don't know
if he stopped to go.
I don't know. I think he stopped for 20 minutes in the Waterloo, but I didn't know that.
Did he come sprinting past you with the last lap or something? Or?
Yeah, so he came past me. I had a little bit of a moment when I thought, actually, even though I feel great, I think the wheels are falling off because this guy's just come zooming past me. But then my watch beeped at 6:23-minute miles, so he must have
been
motoring to catch up from where he was. And obviously, they were going for a team prize.
What the hell's his pace for his world record there? 6:09. What's that?
No,
don't need thinking about it, to be fair, does it? No, I can't work it out, but it doesn't really. I wouldn't want to run it, whatever it is. I'm not sure I want to run it for 5k, but.
No, I don't know. I don't know what that actual pace would be. So.
Ooh. So I mean, obviously, you're saying when he ran past you, you had a little bit of a what's that? Did you have any lows in the rest of the race?
No, it's funny. I didn't really have a bit of that. I just thought, because it happened so quickly, he went past me and then he looked round at me, and then my watch beeps and it said 6:23, and I thought, whoa, he's just going fast.
Yeah.
And I forgot about it. At the same point, I think I caught another guy, and then I caught the Swedish guy. So all I knew was I was fourth in my age group with 2 laps to go.
Yeah.
Everyone had on their race number, they had a little sticker that said M40 or M45 or M35 if you were entered in the Masters races, so you could see when you went past people. So at the same point as the Japanese guy going round the cone and coming back out, I also went past the Swedish guy who was M40 and took. So I basically I was leading the M40 race. So at the same time as him going past me, I was going past people. So I think I went from 10th to 8th whilst he was going past me. So even though he was the only person who went past me at that stage, I still made up 2 paces around that corner with other people. And I didn't really know where anyone else was. Because no one ever told me so and so's that far in front of you. They would just tell me.
Was there a team manager?
Yeah, so they
were they giving you splits or?
No, they were just saying that where I was in my age group and how many laps I got to go and things like that,
stuff like
that. But and just telling me that I'm on pace because I gave them my pace thing. So I'm hoping that that was that. I think that was enough, and I think the whole point of the final third was when I thought I should have felt like I was in trouble, but never did.
Yeah.
It was because I was catching so many people through the back of the field that every time I kind of you never had a clear view on the road. So every time you went around the corner, so you could see there's a South African in front of me.
Yeah. Well, they seem to be generally going backwards throughout the race.
So I ran up behind. I was thinking I'll run up behind him and I'll stay with him for a while. But then I just kind of went past him and I thought, I'll just carry on then. So it happened like that. So I don't know if that helped my mental state of.
Because I mean from speaking to someone who's pulled out of a 10-mile race at mile 7 before, not a million miles from here. I know when you're doing a marathon, even if it's 2.5 for you or 3 or whatever it happens to be, that's a long time, and you do have highs, lows, whatever. For 6 hours, presumably at some stage you can think.
I think I had one.
You can talk yourself out of it.
Yeah, I had one point about 40 miles and my knee kind of locked up, and then I kind of had a word with myself saying, "It'd be alright, just carry on running."
Yeah, that was best one. You haven't really got a lot of choice.
And then it just disappeared. And also, going every time you go over a time map, thinking that all your mates are watching it, and a lot of watching it, and actually you just got to keep going.
None of us will.
So and that you kind of want to keep going. But I never had a moment where the last 2 laps or last 3 laps, because I was counting down the laps, which is obviously cuts down. I had the whole thing of lap 3, only got 2 laps to go. I've done it. I've just got it, and then I worked out in my head that actually that's half marathon, and lots could happen in that last.
It's not the on park run to go, is it?
but in theory, I only had to get to that aid station twice more. So I broke down the distance. I wasn't thinking about miles. I was just thinking I've got to go out and back. And actually, 7.5k was a really nice distance because it was never that long to get to the cone and never that long to get back. So it was never long enough to, I've done 100k before and a 25k loop where 12.5k out is a long way to be lonely on, but 2.5k is not.
Yeah.
Or 3.5.
And presumably you were lapping.
Well, there's lots of people
slower runners.
Yeah.
Some of the back end of the ladies field. Presumably
there was probably about 300, 400 runners. There,
yeah. So it's not like you were ever at any stage running. On your own.
No, not at all. No.
Ooh. Next, I'm guessing next year.
Yeah.
Is the marathon PB put to bed?
No. So that's something that I've been putting off for a few years to run 100k. If this gives me the opportunity to run a marathon earlier next year, not have to run 100k earlier next year,
then
hopefully
give it a good
then I'd like to get in the same shape as I did for this to run a marathon, because I think I could run 6 seconds faster, 7 seconds faster. I'd like to have
3 or 4 minutes faster.
I'd like to have a two something on it, rather than two something rather than 2-3. So
I think there's a couple of blokes from your club that are having a bit of a shootout each year, or possibly 3 now. 3 now they practice.
Yeah, I'd like to join them for a bit of a smackdown at London. That'd be good fun.
Yeah, that would be mildly amusing, and I believe something small in South Africa.
Oh,
might be on the.
Well, I don't know. I'd love
potential.
I think entries open for Comrades in October, don't they? This year they've changed them. I'd like to run Comrades. Financially, it's quite expensive. Running your own business and setting up is going forward.
Yeah, so it might be one of those ones where you might need some
help
or assistance from.
Yeah, maybe I'll set up a GoFundMe page.
Yeah.
And then European Championships if it's on. So I guess that really that could rule. If there's European Championships on, that'd be a focus, obviously, because only one person in Europe beat me. So
who was that?
The Italian guy.
Oh, and he was the only one place in front, was he?
Yeah. So the top 5, for 5th to 9th place, there was 2 minutes in it in the end. And, not that I knew that when I was running it, but
that would have made a big difference for that sprint finish, presumably.
Well,
You're renowned
I wouldn't have jumped over the line.
No, I've seen you bounding around that cricket pitch. Yeah. To be fair, it's faster pushing the pushchair, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think it's because the bell rings and everything gets out of the way. And other than road 100Ks, any? I've seen you running trail stuff around here, reasonably successfully.
I like the trails.
You can't see you taking to the mountains at any stage.
No. I think I'm
quite
quite happy.
What Jez did this weekend. Anytime soon.
I'm quite happy running. I like doing that for fun. I had a really good 2 weeks of this training block out in France running, but I was doing all my sessions on the road there. But I do enjoy doing the mountain races and things like that. But I do more for enjoyment.
Yeah.
And I'll probably do some next year if I get the opportunity. But it won't be a focus. And I think I've probably got more chance of doing well on the road than I have on.
I don't know about in this country, but certainly in the States and stuff now, some of the super fast marathon blokes are taking to the.
Yeah, and it'd be quite interesting. It'd be quite interesting, but they obviously do better at stuff like Western States and things like that than UTMB because it's a little bit more technical. So, but there's lots of. It'd be interesting to see them guys at Comrades and things like that, wouldn't it?
See what they could actually.
Yeah, I suppose Walmsley could give it a bit of a.
Well, if they're 2:15 marathon runners, then they should be sniffing around the podium, shouldn't they?
Right, yeah. There's a friend run 14 hours for 100k on tracks and climbing for a river, then it's probably quite quick over 56 miles on road in South Africa. So
yeah. Well, luckily for you, they're not.
No.
So,
well, they've not done it, have they? So they've.
Yeah. What's that?
So these are questions that we're going to ask.
I haven't seen this one.
That we're going to ask anyone that we interview. So
am I asking you this?
Yeah. So that's the only thing. Unless you've got anything else.
What is your go-to race nutrition?
Well, we kind of covered it anyway. So yeah.
Presumably it's something you sell, presumably.
Yeah. So for marathons, I use GU gels because I just like them. So I use but obviously for 100k I use Tailwind and GU Chews this time. So that is my go-to.
And the GU Chews putting out a similar amount of carbs as a gel.
As a gel, yeah. So they're basically the same as a gel. So your half pack is the same as a gel. So
and post-race indulgence.
So that one's gone. So that's neck oil session IPA. Very nice. Just I haven't. Steak is my always steak and chips is always what I want to have straight after. And a beer when I can stomach it. But yeah, steak and chips is my post-race treat.
And presumably, if we want to follow you on some of us already, presumably if they're watching this on here, then they presumably already are.
Yeah, so
you've got blog, website?
I have kind of got a blog. I think it's called Fuel.Run is the blog. It's more of a to do the nutrition advisor stuff and linking into the business. So it's not really, there is some training stuff on there, but it's more past stuff, so it's not really updated. Do
you do advice? Do you put training plans together for customers?
So basically, if you've got any questions around nutrition and things like that, you can. There's a link on our XMiles.co.uk where you can do ask the team, and then.
Are you the team?
We have got other members of the team, but I am the only qualified nutrition advisor, so I'm the one that answers the questions on that forum. So if you anything to do with diet and things like that, to kind of sensible, balanced diet and trying to get people not to cut things out and actually to kind of fuel properly. And then also race nutrition. So anyone's got any problems with, sick in races or new to racing or anything like that, they can just send a message on there. We'll answer it.
And it wouldn't matter, no matter whether they were mid-pack, front-pack.
No, it doesn't matter.
First marathon.
And also, it doesn't matter if you buy anything. It's not about selling stuff. It's about helping people. So ask the questions. And also, you can go to XMiles on Facebook and use Messenger and things like that, and just send us a message.
And you're on Twitter as.
So I'm on Twitter as Fragile Runner.
That's you personally, or
that's me personally. And I'm on Instagram as Fuel.Run. Probably not. There's probably more stuff on Instagram now than there is on Twitter, but they're the two that that I'm on more than anything.
Yeah.
And then obviously the website stuff, the business XMiles UK and Squirrel up to Twitter and Instagram bits is the ways to follow other bits.
And is all your training available to view?
It's all on Strava.
All of it?
All of it.
Don't go dark for the...
No, it's all on Strava.
For the winter, when you can't be bothered?
Quite happy to be totally honest. If it says 11 miles, it's because I run 11 miles. If it says
11 minute miles, that's probably the same.
It says 100. I don't put anything else on there, so I don't upload anything manually. So it's only stuff that comes off from Garmin, but the Garmin automatically loads up, so it's there.
Yeah.
And it's all there to be seen. So anything on.
And what particular watch are you using at the moment?
I'm using the very light 645.
I've heard it's light.
Yeah, it's great actually, but I don't have the music one because I don't listen to music when I'm running. So
no, same as.
I've got the 645 because it was cheaper without music.
And that's holding up nicely, and it
yeah, no problems at all.
And what do you have on your screen when you're the other day? Heart rate or not bother?
No, I didn't have heart rate. I had distance, time, average pace, and lap pace.
Right.
So I just had 4 corners set up, and I had an auto lap.
Yeah.
For a mile lap, so I knew what minute miles I was doing. That's basically what I did. So yeah, I didn't look at my heart rate at all. I did it on feel.
And your battery didn't run out?
No, my battery, unlike before, I did turn off the auto sync this time and other things that were trying to do.
You turn off the messenger so you weren't getting all the WhatsApp messages.
Yeah, so
hurry up.
The battery, I didn't charge the phone all weekend actually, so from when I charged it up to the race and then all the way home afterwards it was still syncing to my watch and everything, so it seemed to work a treat. So I recommend it.
Ideal.
I think that's it.
I think we're somewhere near it. Blimey.
Yeah.
That's taken nearly an hour.
Oh, that's pretty impressive.
Well, that was a bit better than the 15 minutes you were predicting before.
It was, yeah. We managed to talk about something which was quite good. So, hopefully you enjoyed the chat and bits that are going forward. So,
they might
watch it later. So, or at least forward to the end to make sure we finished. So please subscribe to the channel. We've got Pete Thompson coming up. So he's Pete Thompson, another
Bournemouth
AC, but recently completed Run the Tour, where he ran the whole of the Tour de France route before the Tour de France kicked off. So the idea was he finished before the riders kicked off. So he did it over 3 weeks, I think.
That's it on the phone now.
Yeah,
he's cancelled it.
So he did it over 3 weeks and previously ran 44 marathons in 44 days in 44 countries the year before. So we're going to catch up with Pete and hear all about that. And then we've also got the week after, we've got a different different streaming set up for product focus. So we've got Rupert from Mountain Fuel, who's joining us to talk about Mountain Fuel, the brand, the products and bits like that. So a slightly different format where we're kind of getting product people in to say, this is our products, these are what they do, and also talk about their supported teams.
Yeah,
and
their
else.
night before shape things in nice.
Yeah. And they've also got got a team of runners and cyclists and triathletes and things like that. So it'd be interesting to see because they're based in the Lake District, got lots of fell runners and things. So it should be really interesting to find out what they're doing, what they've just released, and what they've got planned coming up. So please subscribe to the channel.
I suppose we should look at viewer questions, should we?
Oh yeah, did we look at that?
Yeah, that's alright. A bit like they've all gone out by now. Is there going to be anything on it that's even remotely sensible enough to?
There's a few things about screwing nut butter.
Should it be done with cold or warm hands? I think definitely warm hands, because when it gets too cold, it's actually quite solid. Certainly the one in the little tub is. Yeah. So it takes a little bit of application. Whereas if you've left it in the van all day, like I did the other day, it's actually quite runny. It goes on quite easily. Yeah.
So. Is nut butter suitable for vegans? There is a vegan version of nut butter.
There's one
so
there, I believe.
So that's the vegan version. I think the only real difference is the one of them uses bee pollen. I think so. They cut out any use of that in the other products. So yes, there is a vegan version of Squirrel Nut Butter. Just going through the questions.
No, still looking for this one.
I think that pretty much covers all the questions that have come through and everything. So, yeah. So thank you again. Thank you very much for listening. If you have listened and watched us ramble on for a while, and hopefully it won't be the last one.
No, I'm going to have my tea now. So.
Yeah, that'd be very good. So yeah, until next time. Thank you very much. And
indeed.
Cheers.
Do you reckon that works?